DPC.
5 seconds remaining.
Thank you.
He's the lens flare guy,
I
right?
think he's in the EU one as well, because I recently saw during the break that Liquid, they launched their mascot into space. So, J.J. Abrams, space doing that kind of stuff too. Yeah, I think that Thunder Predator will be going to the moon as well this game. Surely they're going to fix things. I believe a better draft will lead them to victory, considering how well that game went with how poor I thought their draft was. Okay,
Oh my
double down
Lord.
on it. These are my guys. I am taking Thunder Predator
All right, guys. So
right
listen.
now.
Remember when it's Battle Pass time and you got like a couple of double downs on that Monday and you queue up that first game and you're confident and you double down and you lose and you get mad and you queue up that next game and you're like, all right, I thought that one was a free win. This one's definitely a free win. And you double down again. And you're thinking when you're picking that hero, man, I'm going to break even. This is the fastest way back to even. I can't wait. Whoo, you ever lose that second one, bud? That's a first-class ticket to a bad week.
But look what they did. They banned Bat and Monkey King. So it's fine. Now there's literally 0 heroes in all of Dota that can make you sad.
What did we say last game? It's like he had an okay lane. They didn't even do, the Monkey King thing. It was fine.
Yeah, but he didn't stomp. He still wasn't top. He's still the lowest core for a good part of that game, too.
Fair.
So what did I say? Timber can't be even. He's got to be ahead. If he's not between the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower at like 9 minutes, the game's over.
All right, I like this. I like this more. Shaker. We did talk about how going high ground feels super hard in these games. They're all taking like 40 minutes. Shaker makes it even harder. So I like that they snatch it up from Unknown. But yeah, Viper and Nyx.
They're just gonna pick
that's
3
even
cores.
worst Timbersaw game.
They're just gonna
the
pick
first
3
one.
cores that Timbersaw absolutely hates.
Last game we saw that Timbersaw get picked right into a Viper ban. So we have adapted here, and I'm just going to go ahead and call it 2-0 for Team Unknown.
No, dude, they're going to do it. I actually believe in Thunder Predator. They've got a plan.
Dude. Okay. I believe them. There's another thing.
Isn't Nyx really good against Timber also?
Yeah, it's pretty annoying.
He's really good. He's really annoying.
Weren't you like getting all hot and bothered about Astral without Agatims against Timber last game? Isn't Nyx like a better version of that?
It is pretty annoying. I would agree.
Oh, this is quality stuff.
It sounds like Trent's fixing to make a wager here. I think somebody's looking to
I
donate
can throw
a couple
loonies on
to
Thunder Predator here. I'll give you
really
1 GameStop for 2 Blackberries.
I only say
Predator stock.
payment in Chipotle.
All right, so Thunder Predator, what else does Timbersaw hate? You got rid of the Bat, the Monkey, the ODN, the Ursa. Who's next on your fun little list?
That's a good question.
This is a great way to learn about your pubs, guys. You watch pro games where they early pick your favorite hero or the hero you hate, and you look to see what they ban and their opponents pick. Great place to learn about this stuff.
I think Puck is really good as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have the silence, you have the root.
I mean, there's a number of heroes. Like Zeus-type heroes are also
There's
in
100
contention.
heroes.
There's Invoker. That's another good one. Cold Snap.
I'll give you the Dota Buff official stats here. The worst verses from this week for Timbersaw. Number 1, Nyx Assassin. At a 4% disadvantage. Number 2, also almost at 4%, 3.79% in fact, is Silencer. With almost 12,000 matches. A lot of people counterpicking. OD's next on the list, and then you got in order Pugna, Leshrac, Batrider, Death Prophet, Doom, Bane, and Ursa.
Okay, so a lot of magic damage. Magic damage burst. The Pugna is a really good one. It's just not fun for Timber. Because you can't really kill the Nether Ward either. You don't have good options to click it.
It's like the Grimstroke issue again, where you just don't have good options for it. Speaking of which, Grimstroke is probably still okay here.
For Unknown?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Double Viper Strike.
Double Mana Drain.
Wow. Boom. But Puck first.
Oh. Cool. This is going to be what were you saying about this Timber game, Trent? I think Thunder Predator are going to slay it with this Timbersaw game too.
dude.
He's not only triple countered here in the first 3 picks of the draft.
10
Have they
seconds
gone too
remaining.
hard in countering the Timber? Now, is this
I
going
know
to
what you
swing
do.
and be a weakness for Unknown?
5 seconds.
You
5
play
timber.
position 5 timber. Exactly. You just 100% everyone.
There you
You're
go.
like,
You know,
Yeah.
someone did this in I think it was Europe yesterday, where they put the bristle on 5 because this exact situation happened. It was
Oh
Liquid
my
versus I can't even remember who it was, but they tried Liquid won with bristle game 1, so game 2 their opponents took bristle, and they ended up having to 5 it because they got vipered in the second phase.
I mean, we have seen that happen before where it works out okay because it's the switcheroo. But I mean, Timber is still so. I mean, with Timber, you do that, and it's like, all right, well, 4v5 Dota is pretty hard.
What 5 can help here? Can you play Shaman as a 5?
Nyx and Puck though feels. It feels like you have to play kind of a bulky 5, or else you're just gonna get exploded every
I think
fight.
you need some ogre type hero.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
wouldn't
Ogre's
mind the
actually
Ogre.
alright. I mean, I'm trying to think of like a Hex or something though, because like this Puck's gonna be really aggressive, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But
you
you're
could
right.
Rubik. That could be something. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
They
they're just
go
gonna
for the
try and
real
cover
save.
Timber.
Radiant team pick.
That's a okay solution, but a pretty snap pick now on the Morphling. I've been giving a lot of shouts out to this guy, and the Morphling does pop up now finally for Unknown. Big
That's
fan
a fun
here.
game. Yeah, Morphling into Timbersaw and Earthshaker. So
Oh
you
yeah.
can, you get the Earthshaker gameplay, and you get Timber Chain too.
Oh boy.
5 seconds
Yep.
remaining.
What do you do here? What's I don't know. This draft looks really hard for Thunder Predator. They have to surprise us here.
I am willing to wager a significant portion of my stuff in favor of Unknown.
My stuff. I mean, usually the counters to Morphling are either you play really fast as a team, which looks kind of hard with Earthshaker Timber, or you go late game. Yeah. So they're
Yeah,
going to
here
take the
you go.
PL. So like
Look for
PL
the
or
mana
Animage
burn.
were there, but like I don't know how late I want to go with this lineup.
Yeah, this is so awkward. It looks like Thunder Predator have now gotten
And you
stuck
picked
into this
PL into Puck.
reactionary.
10
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
This
You're-
could
you're like
be
decimated by
support,
Coil.
though, right? This could be support Puck.
5 seconds remaining.
Unless they could be like 3 Puck, mid Viper.
I mean, even if it's a 5 Puck, it's completely fine. The Coil's the only thing that matters this game. Now that
It's
there's
like
a,
Thunder Predator
a PL
are
and a
picking
Timber.
one hero behind. You know, it's like for every solution that Unknown have, Thunder Predator are solving something one step behind. You pick the PL against Morphling, there's already Puck. Now you grab this Oracle to try to save Timber, and you've already got all these other options to try to blow people up outside of it. I don't know. This is going to be hard.
You can't really pick a lot of intelligence scores for Thunder Predator because there's a Nyx.
10 seconds
Why do you even
remaining.
play middle here?
They
You-
need push. You need a Death Prophet-y thing.
5
Death
Right.
Prophet. It's pretty good for both teams, honestly.
Yeah. Leo Style played a lot of
Nah.
TA this week. I
Nah.
wonder if that's something he's. I know it's not push the standard way, but
I want Thunder Predator to take Pugna.
but it's a Nyx, dude. You just get blown up so hard. Pugna has the second highest intelligence gain in the game.
All right, Mr. Statistician.
Wait, who's above Pugna?
Invoker.
Invoker. I should know that.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Is there any
I mean,
other
I
good...
could be wrong. They're both top 2.
5
They're top 2
seconds
for sure.
remaining.
Please, guys, don't roast me.
What about- What about Nature's Prophet mid there, big dog? He's got high agi gain. You know, fun fact, he's got the highest agi game of any hero.
He's got the highest cumulative. No, he's the highest cumulative stat gain of any hero.
Oh,
I
that's
believe.
what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you add them all together, he gets more stats than anybody else. All right.
That's why he's so
yeah,
valuable.
see? Had half a fact.
Yeah, we're almost there. Nice ban on the Lena. That would have been a pretty good hero here. Fisher
Yeah.
into LSA as well as the Laguna versus the Morphling.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing Outhouse
10
Decorators
seconds
banned.
remaining.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Feels
They
really
could
hard.
try
to-
DK, but it's into Viper. But all right,
Oh,
they did
the
profit. Good stuff.
Priori.
Oh.
It's a nice pick. I actually really like it. I still think their
Yeah.
game's hard, but I do like it. You can itemize based on wherever the lanes end up being, who he's trying to control this game. It's okay in lane versus the Viper. The Viper goes mid. Okay in lane versus the Puck. The Puck goes mid.
Yeah.
So we got options.
Kind of plays fast tempo, offers push, which they lack. It's pretty good. Still kind of scary, but it's good. Can you teleport even if you're rooted?
No, you silly Willy.
No.
No, I mean, not TP. Don't play Nature's Prophet, guys.
You silly Willy. I've played
sure?
enough Prophet. I
Okay,
would bet
okay.
a small portion of my stuff on it. But yes, I'm fairly confident. I think it's just like it's like any other mobility thing. When you're like leashed and stuff, you're stuck there, or else it would be really busted.
Could stun, could move with his eggs, even when he's rooted. But yeah, I guess probably
that's a
can't.
different mechanic.
It's all right. It's like yesterday, one of my teammates was yelling at me to tricks while I was coiled. It's like, I would love to, buddy. Trust me. I think that teleport's the same kind of thing, though.
All right.
Yeah, man, there's so many options here. I don't even know what to go for. Sand
Yeah.
King?
Something a little tanky. Yeah, Sand King, Underlord, something in that realm.
Well, I'm trying to think if there's a 5 that's worth it to just pick here, too, like Rubik or something if they want to get greedy.
Oh,
but
okay, Tide. That's a similar flavor to the Underlord. All right, well, a little more watermelon-esque, but Bruiser, in your face. Nice Drakeel hero here. Great against the PL.
Man, I kind of want them to 5 the Viper. Nope. All right. Honestly, I would have been down. Like, considering
it's a 5 puck.
Yeah, that
Yadomi Puck.
I mean, here's the thing. You 5 the Puck. I mean, the coil is still the only thing that matters. But for Viper, it's like, I mean, it's kind of just the poison attack and the lane bully and the break anyway. So I could see either way being fine.
Yeah.
But let's watch a 5 Puck.
It's a pretty strong lane. Viper gets a lot of tanky items. I feel like this PL, when you have the 5 Viper, the fact that you don't die early and you can keep reapplying the W in fights just makes the fight super hard for Thunder Predator because Shaker is not going to be able to use his passive. Timbersaw not going to have his passive. Phantom Lancer doesn't proc illusions. I feel like there's a lot of value in the break here.
Yeah, man. There's nothing funnier than watching Earthshaker blinking and trying to Echo Slam on the break from Viper. Oh, man. That's a good one.
It's heartbreaking. Yes.
Nice.
So are we across the board favoring Unknown here? At least maybe a little easier for Unknown in Game 2 based on draft?
I'm 100% in on the first
Thunder
pick,
Predator.
Thunder Predator, Timbersaw. All right,
dude.
they have the confidence. You know how confident I get when someone 10th picks a Brood or a Meatball? I'm like, okay, well, they're only doing that because they know it's good this game, even though they lose a lot of the time. It doesn't matter.
Right.
This is the exact...
logical...
Yes, this same
Dumpster
logical
fire.
fallacy is now being applied to the first pick. If they're that confident to instantly first pick Timber, it's got to be good. I'm going with Thunder Predator.
This game's over in
I'm
32
gonna keep
minutes.
waving my finger at him.
Okay, well, Gary, there's something in the water here on the panel. Somebody needs to check the beverages. I don't know what's happening. How you feeling, buddy? What's happening over there? Give me the sideline report.
I'm feeling pretty good. I've been thinking here, waiting for Theban to ask me what Coach Gary is going to say to them. And I was like, yeah, Timbersaw just has to be greedier, think about himself, have a better game. And then the Puck was picked, and then the Viper was picked, and it's like Nyx Assassin and more. Okay, well, Timbersaw, maybe you can't be greedy this one. Theban, it doesn't look good for Frank, does it?
Hold on. So do you want to be the coach of Unknown this game? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. I'm swapping teams.
All right, well, listen, man, I'm going with Thunder Predator. That's what I was waiting for, because I think Thunder Predator, they got the better draft here, to be honest. Here we go. I'll speak about it in a moment. After
it's
this
okay. It's broken up.
Fail first. Okay, there we go. All right. So we look at this draft. Last game we had Monkey, OD. Like these are, hard hitting heroes that Timber can't really fight into, especially in the mid and the late game. But Viper and Puck, those are things that Timber can counter, right? He's gonna buy like a hood, and then all their damage is gone. The break, sure, the Nether Toxin is good and all, but you can just Timber Chain out of it. Now he also has a target that he can kill in the Tidehunter. Like this, to me, is actually a pretty good Timber game, in my opinion at least. And then you also got this PL who's amazing against Viper. I know you can't create illusions, but you can't actually play Viper against PL. It's so difficult. Once he gets that Diffusal Blade, he just gets on top of you, just destroys you pretty much. Yeah, I got a favorite Thunder Predator, and they also got that Shaker this time around, so they got a little bit of better team fight than game 1.
And that immediate jump having it against Morphling's so nice when you pair it up with this mid-Nature's Prophet that Leo Styles got as well. And if he gets that Orchid up at a reasonable time, Morphling is the single core here for Unknown. He's that big one heavy hitting carry. Everyone else is pretty much the supporting cast to him. As MNZ takes a bit of a beating bottom, MJZ just has to TP down and defend that safe lane now.
Feels bad to to lose so much HP before your Oracle gets there.
Yeah, it sure does. And this Oracle not having a fun time against this double melee off lane from Team Unknown. Just Nyx Assassin and Tide whacking away at them.
Oh, nice. How's the other lanes looking? We got the Puck 5 with the Morphling. The Puck 5, I'm not so sure it's going to do anything against Timber. Neither is the Morphling against this Timber, as he's already off to an amazing start. Misses that range creep there, though, but other than that, it's got 7 last. It's going to feel real good. Ooh, tight!
Oh, so close.
Healing
Oracle.
salve.
There could be a mango into stun here from the Nyx Assassin. Yeah, Widge goes for it. And that's the Gush. Getting themselves first
Huge
blood.
turnaround.
Almost a kill on Tide turns into a definite kill on him as mid lane Viper gets the solo on Nature's Prophet. Robo Z takes down Leo Style, and Burner up at top lane is killed by the Timber and Earthshaker. Every single one of these lanes gets a kill. Who comes
Yeah,
out on top though,
Unknown.
Theban?
Middle tower.
Definitely Unknown. I mean, they got the kill mid and the kill bottom. The Viper, we've seen what Viper does when he starts to ball out of control. But the Morphling dying top, I mean, it's not going to hurt him too much. He did lose a bunch of creeps under the tower, but this is a hero that comes back quite easily.
And he's the recovery hero.
Man,
You're right.
in
That
his
mid
style-
lane, like, yeah, go for it. That's where I was heading to.
Dude, this guy, I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's just out of shape. Something's wrong with Leo Style, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's towing these lines, but he's not being too careful about it. He gets right up in the face of his opponents, but he's very often dying in exchange for all of that aggression. Timber saw.
Ooh, Timber.
He chained forward to try and secure a creep there, and I thought it was a little overeager, but
Yeah, it was. That was. I mean, he has a healing salve. You just have to back off, heal up, and then go back in there, farm it up. But now he just gives a free kill away. And Puck is the one who got it, so it's not it's super bad. But the Puck will be able to get some maybe mangoes and stuff out for the. Oh, he's getting a Bassy for the Morphling and himself.
what do you tell
Gonna be
Frank,
nice.
Coach Theban?
Frank, get your shit together, man. What are you doing? Just stop feeding. Like, that's it. Sometimes, you gotta give him the hard love. You can't always just be like, chill out, man.
No, at what point do you tell the Earthshaker to get the hell out of this top lane? Because usually I would expect
Right.
Timber to want that top lane alone.
Right. I mean, he just gets out whenever there's power runes spawning. I don't think there's any real plays that he can make on this map. But every time he runs away for the runes or stops some pulls from happening, the Timber will be getting a lot of solo XP. Once the Timber is level 5, I think he's gonna be unkillable. Or even now, to be honest, like the Timber has a healing salve and he's level 3. It should be good enough anyway.
Yeah, full wand bracer. I say full wand. It has no charges on it, but he does upgrade it from a stick. Earthshaker
Yeah.
taking Yadomi down low. Gonna force the orb away.
I would
Puck's
really
gonna
like
solve.
to see the Shaker playing around the bottom lane more. Especially once Leo Style gets level 6, that Wrath of Nature into a Fissure would just be devastating against this Tide and Nyx, and you can get plenty of kills down here.
Yeah, try and open up that bot lane for your PL as he gets stunned up.
MNZ.
Widge
No mana
with that
on Tide, doesn't matter.
opening up. Yeah, just punches him. One right click is enough.
That looked like it was a lot of damage.
It did.
My goodness.
He must have high rolled on it. What is it? 76 max damage on Tide with a +3. PL just suffers to it. TP's back bottom though, knowing now that Drakiel and Widge both pretty low on the old regen front. And Tide has a Soul Ring, but he has to bring out Salve and Raindrops next to really stick in this lane. Even though the PL dies, he's got what, triple range creep, he's got a full wave under his tower, he's not too bothered by it. Prophet in the mid lane though, farming neutrals, and I've seen him spend a lot of time in the jungle dodging the lane. Is Robozy's Viper that much ahead that Prophet just can't stand against him now?
I think he can't. Like, you just give away, what was that, First Blood? Or no, it wasn't First Blood, but like a lot of XP, and he lost a lot of creeps under the tower too. Leostar is just trying to get to level 6 so he can have some kind of a play on this map. So afraid to just run those treants in because of the Nether Toxin. Level 4 poison attack now too. And a catapult.
And he knew the Nyx was somewhere lurking. I saw with that Radiant Observer ward where the Nyx was heading. But the Haste Rune bottom, not allowing that Viper bottle refill for the second time in a row as they throw the Wrath of Nature out. Widge is there with a stun, but he's blown up by the Prophet.
What?
The Nyx just 100 to 0'd immediately, and Robozy's going to follow him into the grave. MJZ with that level 2 Purifying Flames. So much magic burst damage when you partner it with Leo Styles Prophet.
Dude, he did 438 damage to the Nyx with his Wrath. I don't think he expected to die at all.
Jeez.
Just got blown up.
I mean, Prophet did 1.3k damage there with Wrath of Nature. That's pretty insane. Stun on the Timbersaw top. Buys time for the Morphling to salve up under his tower as he was being relentlessly run at by Frank. Yeah, I think the fact that your Prophet, though, is kind of stuck in this damned if he does, damned if he doesn't situation. Can't leave the lane, can't really stay in the lane. Awkward position for him, while Unknown, they are pretty free. With this next assassin now to leave the lane, move around, rotate, Viper can join them.
Robozy's farming some fat stacks right about now. 7 minutes in, gonna get those neutrals as well.
And they do catch the Timber. Morph is there turning into him. They
Did
don't
they really
have the
get
damage though. Well, they caught him. They got Carapace into the chain.
That's true.
They pissed him off a little bit, but you just angered this swarm of bees as the Nature's Wrath bouncing bottom, trying to catch out the Tide Hunter, and there he goes. Leo Star's going to try and convert this into a tower now as well.
That damage again, dude. 438 onto the Tide. He's just hitting them right on the end of that Wrath.
And he's top of the net worth now. I would say after losing his lane pretty substantially, now top of net worth, Leo Star has recovered in grand fashion.
And the tier 1 tower is looking to be pretty dead here. They can just they should man up for this tower. There's no way you go back.
Tide tried,
Almost.
Drakiel nearly had the deny. Widge trying to move forward for a stun, but Doppelganger and Sprout is enough to get Thunder Predator out of that bottom lane now.
And Moose is getting a lot of XP mid, just chilling there while the NP was taking the tower bottom. He's level 5 now. He feels amazing. Just to have this high XP shaker on the map. And yeah, going back to this Timbersaw, Gary, like, now he's gonna buy a cloak. And then what do? How do you bring him down?
How do you deal with Timber? Impossible.
Yeah. Now, this is the real Timber game.
Like, he's dealing with you. Like, Morphling can't really stay in this lane and keep farming. Morbid Mask is there to try and sustain him. But a Fissure into the Chakram. MJZ's dead on the other side of the map. There's Widge with the Tide Hunter. Take him out. There's a Ravage used. But the TP's up top lane onto the Morphling's the most important thing here. Trying to attribute shift into strength. The Prophet, he's TP'd in behind tier 1. Do they have a stun? There's nothing to stop him.
Nope. No stuns. There are literally no stuns.
So Earthshaker TP's bot to lap up the farm that's down there, and they've got the tier 1 top defended, I guess, by Unknown.
I mean, they were pissing that Morphling off big time, and even forcing the rotations there is giving plenty of space to MNZ. Now the Shaker, you know, that space he created just by annoying the Morph, he's gonna pick that up on the bottom tower, like you said. He's already level 6. He didn't even need to eat the tome there. Get his high levels.
Yeah, and he can just sit there defending tower, pushing out waves without bothering too much about his own life.
Had the TP top, he doesn't really have this like easy access all the way bottom. Oh, it doesn't even refill his bottle.
Tide.
With that DD.
Echo slammed. Moose just walked straight into him in the creep wave. Drakiel is going to get picked off by the Prophet, who's now on a killing spree.
So much damage. So much physical damage coming out from this
Radiant's
NP.
opponent has been killed.
Courier sniped. Just an Ocean Heart. Nothing drastic there. But Leo Style is closing in on that Orchid very quickly. You know, we're going to be looking at a 12-minute Orchid or so here for the Nature's Prophet.
Yep. And MNZ going for a Midas, scary. What do you think of that?
A Midas
Dire's
on the
top
PL?
Phantom Lancer Midas. Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've seen that in a long time. It's always been this, you know, Yasha if you want to try and accelerate and farm, Diffusal if you want to try and hit a timing and fight. Outside of that, I genuinely haven't seen too many differences in item builds.
Dire's top
Why
be honest-
why so greedy?
I think because the Timber and the NP with the two supports can make all the space in the world for him. So he's going full-on greed here and wants to get those late game timings even faster with the Midas. And he will. He really will. Like, seeing this right now from Thunder Predator, I feel like
Radiant's bottom
they're just
tower
securing the
is
game.
under attack.
That being said, Morphling is, kind of farm. And they don't have a whole lot of disables for him right now. But once the PL is online,
They drop the coil on Timber, trying to defend that
Yep.
Morphling that you're mentioning. They Viper Strike, they Nether Toxin, but Frank has the hood. Maybe a chain off to the side, but they have stunned him up
Silence.
long enough. Silent, stunned, disabled, everything there. And they find Frank. I mean, going back to your point, kind of chaining them together, he's making space, but I guess Prophet and Timber, the way they make space is by pushing lanes. So you're making space, but you're also soaking farm on the map from the PL.
Yep.
So I guess MNZ knows that he's not going to have limited areas to farm, but he's not going to have the whole map to farm.
good point.
So he can sit back in the pocket and just hide. Bide his time and get towards that late game.
Radiant's bottom
Just sit in the
tower
jungle,
is under
farm some
attack.
ancients.
Hell yeah.
Leo Style is going to be taking those soon, though. But yeah, they have. I mean, they're doing a good job of not like stepping on each other's toes here
Yeah.
in terms of where they can farm. So that's all right. I just would like to see this mid tower being taken by Thunder Predator, so they have a little bit more room to maybe go into the enemy's jungle and take those creeps as well.
And Morphling top is going to get jumped on again. Prophet's there
Orchid.
with the Orchid Sprout. It's
Yeah, Echo
revealed.
Slam.
They do.
Oh,
They
where's the
move
Echo?
forward. They
There
get the
it is.
Echo just in time. Dispatching with Burners. Morphling in some beautiful maneuvers there from Thunder Predator, showing off the Orchid, getting that real big pick off. I was just about to commend Moose, the ability he was laning it against the Morphling top, farming very well, pressuring, and I thought, that's a good job. Oh, mid lane? Oracle? False promise. Tried to heal himself up and turn. They're battling the Viper now with an Nature's Wrath and the Orchid landing. The Fisher blocks him off, and Robo-Z, he's been annihilated. MJZ still alive. How's the Oracle survived? Well, he hasn't. Yodomi secures it, but it has to give his life in the exchange. And now Unknown, down 3 heroes with pretty much everyone left from Thunder Predator moving in towards mid. Sprouting up, killing off the tier 1, silence the Nyx. Carapace does keep them at bay, but they get the tower nonetheless.
Tidehunter can't get too close against this Timbersaw. He should be afraid.
He ravages.
He's not afraid.
That's aggressive onto Moose. Try and delay the Blink Dagger, sure, but they need Wiz, and with this Morphling coming in, Moose makes the retreat to the right-hand side. No Adaptive Strike. Gotta wait 5 seconds for another waveform here from Burner. Burner, high ground
Oh.
stun misses from Widge, but they should have him. Moose will eventually die. It's a lot of room made, though.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually pretty good Ravage, because you got the kill onto the Earthshaker, who's trying to build towards that Blink. So slowing that down is going to help Unknown, and I really don't see another angle where the Tidehunter is going to need to Ravage for like the next 2 minutes anyway.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, and in that situation, maybe you deny the tower, maybe you buy enough time for another couple of kills.
Yeah, and
kill's just
Radiant
gonna-
team is starting to skyrocket in terms of their cores net worths. They got the space on the map that they need now. They can just chill out, farm, push lanes out, let the Shaker also get a dagger somewhere, and then they can start making smoke plays.
Man, the Viper's been very quiet. After dominating his lane, Rod of Atos has come now, a little bit slow because of all these little incremental items, the Wand and Bottle and Quelling Blade. Wraithband as a circle that's there in his backpack, so been delayed along the road trying to come out of the laning stage. And now, Viper's farming jungle, not really out on the map pressuring or making moves with the rest of his team. Very passive.
It's really not a good Viper game. Also, Oracle is a omega hard counter to Viper. Every time he goes somewhere, he drops another toxin. That hero gets Fate's Edicted, and that's it.
Good coil.
They're no damage.
Silencing the Viper. He's still got Rod of Atos here. Leo style. TP's cancelled out. MGZ Oracle with a false promise. Can they get him out of here? He's got 1 charges and a TP. Any more stuns? Silences. He's going to make it back to Fountain, and the heals are coming, but he still pops. The 6x streak down in the Fountain.
I think if Oracle used the Fate's Edict on the Nature's Prophet, he probably would have lived. Because he was actually sitting in the Nanotoxin, and there was a lot of magic damage. Yeah, exactly. It would have been very close, but because the Fate's Edict, he wasn't comfortable getting close enough to use that. He was like, oh, maybe we both die.
A good attempt though by MJZ nonetheless. Timbersaw with a haste rune. He's running. He's running.
It's so obnoxious.
I was like, when is the chat line going to end? He just keeps saying it. What's he up to? Again, this Greaves coming. Doesn't look like he's aiming for pipe this time though. So just the hood, the greedy hood for himself, and then the Greaves for the team.
I think it's good enough. Like that's all he really needs anyway to tank up. His team doesn't have any plans to 5v5 for the time being.
Unknown want this PL so badly, but the Oracle's just in the right position at the right time to spot the smoke gank coming. And I don't even know if they'll kill him off. Drakiel was thinking about Ravage, but blinks back to the safety of his own team. Trouble being, a lot of TPs did come up here from Thunder Predator, and the ability for Prophet to come, but the stuns overlapping there.
Coil.
From the Nyx and the Tide, but they get the coil, the break, the Viper arrives, and this Phantom Lancer, Blink Echo, comes to try and save him. They will get some trades here, but it's still looking good for Drakiel and Robo-Z to run forward under Frank's Timbersaw. Leo style. He's come in, but he doesn't offer too much in terms of actual head-to-head team fighting. So Unknown just jump in aggressively on this tier 1 tower. They see no fear, they only taste blood in the water. Leo style's gone, the Blink Echo's spent, the Tide does drop, but Morphling now, it seems like it's his turn to come into battle. MJZ has the false promise to buy himself some more time. The damage is coming through thick and fast though. Don't know, with that salve with the Purifying Flames, he might be able to heal up enough, but he pops under his tier 2.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Unknown with a real slick move. The slide across the map.
Aggression was extremely important. The moment they found the Phantom Lancer back in their jungle, they're like, oh, God bless. You know, our rotation was not a complete failure. Yeah. They dropped the coil, they dropped the Ravage, they spent everything for that PL. Thunder Predator trying their best to just run in and save this carry, but putting themselves out of position while doing so. That was the biggest problem for them. I think MNZ just got a little carried away. He probably thought that his team can turn that fight around and want to sit around there, but he should remember, he has a Midas build. He should be farming as much as he can right now. Yeah, he's going for a hood next, though. That's going to be a big item.
He's been coiled again. He's shown again in that middle lane. Straight away from Yodomi, on top of that PL and a DD Rune Morphling definitely helps out as well. But Thunder Predator, like you mentioned the Midas PL, he has been in the jungle farming. He shows himself top where he feels he's safe with Oracle and shows himself mid alone. I think you're right, MNZ just getting a bit carried away with how strong he feels.
Exactly. The coach of Thunder Predator, man, he's going to have to go back after the series and show MNZ like where he's dying on the map. Game 1, it was that Monkey around the mid, again in the mid game. PL mid in the mid game. Really can't be playing there as a carry.
Sniped out. Nyx Assassin showing why he is first pick material. Scouting, stunning, setting up for his Morphling. And now Unknown feel like they've got the wind in their sails. Momentum going their way because Puck, position 5 Puck, has a Blink Dagger. Wow. Yodomi has the initiation tool you need. You've got 4 staff on Nyx Assassin. So you've got mobility. You'll have a Maelstrom soon, it looks like, on this Viper as he heads into Gleipnir. Try and get that Rod of Atos and Maelstrom combined. As Frank shows himself mid lane to the Morphling, smoke pops on him and the Tide. And Team Unknown, they are chasing ghosts right now. Thunder Predator trying to get out, but great, the Blink Coil. He goes up, the Nyx spots them, they find the two-man coil, the Ravage is there, and they catch the Phantom
good
Lancer,
save.
MNZ, trying to get away, but he's disarmed. False Promise comes from the Oracle to buy a little more life for the Phantom Lancer, but he is being absolutely pummeled. But then Echo Slam from the Earthshaker, catching out the Morphling, but the lack of damage and follow-through from Thunder Predator as that PL is dead is astounding. Unknown are just walking straight over them. The Morphling is dipping in and out. He's got HP galore. The Carapace is back onto the Timbersaw. And Tidehunter, with Yodomi, finds the Oracle in the back as the only hero left on the map for Thunder Predator is a Prophet.
Another great coil initiation, Ravage. He got so much damage onto that PL. Oracle did his absolute best to try and save him, but it just didn't matter. I think he's just spending too much time around the mid area of the map, where it's so dangerous. I feel like you just got to be playing on the side lanes. I understand you got a Timber and NP. Maybe you just let the Timber stay mid, and the NP's got to give up some room for the PL as well, or at least ward up in one of your jungle areas and just cover the PL so they can't smoke onto him. He has died, what, 3 times now in the last 3 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be worth looking, you know, the end game scoreboard where it shows how long you've died and how much gold you've lost to dying. This 15 to 21 minute period for the Phantom Lancer has been pretty rough for him.
He was the top net worth as well, right before those deaths started happening.
And now no longer. Puck TPing top, phase shift, and a coil blink. Nice play by the Puck to not get hit by the Orchid, allowing the Nyx to TP in a little later and profit. That mana burn takes him down to like half HP with just 1 hit. Does turn and fight, pops his BKB to whack the Nyx, but Carapace comes. Nature's Wrath still gonna land though. Nyx Assassin Prophet's in a 1v3 and he still comes out with a kill.
I think he had a Vendetta there. I'm not sure if it just came out good, but I think he had a Vendetta. He didn't click it. Die to that Nature's Prophet ulti. I mean, he's happy. That's a 500 damage hit. Whew.
500 damage hit from Nature's Wrath. Yeah. Jesus Christ. That's some real hefty magic damage. Like Prophet, he's done a great job landing them at the very end. That last bounce hitting these heroes. Oh, 5k lead for Unknown. First Roshan is available for both teams. We're going to be eyeing up that pit pretty soon. But Morphling wants to finish off Skadi first, so a little bit of time here for Unknown to build up this Morph, who is not going E-Blade. He's going for the kind of stand your ground right-click build, isn't he?
I like this way more. Like, if you go E-Blade and then there's a Face Edict that comes out from the Oracle, you're just useless after that on Morphling, right? So you go this Manta Skadi build, you can reduce the healing off the Timbersaw and the Oracle False Promise, which is very nice. Good stats means you can just stand your ground and battle, like you said, against this Nature's Prophet, the Phantom Lancer as well. I like his build a lot here.
And it feels like it gives him so many more late game options. Like he can go the BKB route if he feels like the Earthshaker is too much of a problem, the Daedalus, the MKB if he wants to go for more damage. But right now, was it Timbersaw?
Yeah, it's just like Atos is like right on top of the Arcane. It was like, no, you must not have it, and just denied it.
It's mine.
Yeah.
Well, who's your hero to deal with PL? Because if PL gets out of hand,
yeah,
can Morphling handle him?
He somewhat can. I think Viper with the Gleipnir is going to be nice. It's mostly have to do with the Puck. The Puck is like the hard counter to the PL here, right? The silence is good. The nukes can remove a lot of the HPs of the illusions, so you can find the real one or just kill the illusions off. And then the coil obviously stops it from using a doppelganger. I think going into a late game, it's gonna have to be Morphling's item build plus like Tidehunter, just getting anchor smashes.
Yeah, I can deal with the PL in team fights. But it's a nice little build-up, right? The way that the draft works for Unknown. It's not a straight one-to-one hero matchup counter. It really is that team effort.
Exactly.
Everyone brings something to the table. And there's the pings on Roshan. Unknown. I kind of want to start something here, but would love to have a pick-off or something first.
It's really difficult to just walk in and do it if Thunder Predator is already set up there. Because obviously you're dealing with the Nature's Prophet, but it looks like they don't really have the information, and they're gonna take this first Roshan quite freely. Maybe they lose a tier 2 tower bottom for it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, looks like it. Prophet Treant scouts out Roche. They realize there's no way they can be there in time. So Morphling gets himself the Aegis. And look at top. Nyx always lurking in the shadows, waiting for that Oracle. But they TP bottom. There's the BKB from Leo Style, silencing up Yodomi's puck and killing it off. The Leo Style's been right-clicked. He TP. No way. No way does he TP home like that. He's on 10 HP and gets out of there.
That was a lot of damage.
That's the great thing about Nyx, though. They were setting up for 2 fights on both side lanes at the same time. Like, Nyx was waiting for anyone to show or TP top, and then Puck is the one that TP's bot and starts with that Dream Coil, the initiation from them.
You better be careful.
Oh,
there's
he's going to die now, isn't he?
Yep.
They know there's no BKB. There's nothing to save him. And Burner now on a mega kill streak. The Morphling looking hot. Turns into the Phantom Lancer. Doppelgangers. This is not a Diffusal Blade Morphling, though, that we used to see back in the day against PL, but he's still shredding through MMJZ. Widge with a stun catches the Phantom Lancer, but the illusions have stacked
Burner,
up.
he's dead.
Out.
He's dead.
Leave him alone. Stop punching him. A trade out on the support slow in a 1-for-1. Phantom Lancer burning all of Morphling's mana now. And this is the problem that Burner's going to have. He doesn't have that mana to actually be able to straight up fight against him.
Yeah, it's not so bad though, because if you just strength morph, you can just walk away, and when the illusions aren't burning mana, they don't actually do that much damage. The Diffusal Blade is most of PL's damage output, so he's going for a Heart next. And then I guess after that, he's gonna need like a Scotty. I do think he's gonna need a Scotty against his Morphic.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
On the
Would you
PL.
also want an Abyssal Blade on the PL?
Yeah,
though?
you also want Abyssal. You need a lot of items. It's just like those 3 deaths that he had earlier is kind of just ruining all his item timings at the moment. But if he can somehow get like a team fight where he gets a kill or 2, that Nyx kill was very nice for him. But he's gonna need Scotty, he's gonna need Abyssal, and the Heart, obviously.
Tank that PL and his illusions up as much as you can. And how's Mr. Frank doing on the Timbersaw? 10k net worth, just behind the Tide Hunter, his counterpart. Greaves, Hood, moving into Lotus Orb. He's 2-3-2 on Timbersaw. I mean, I think I have problems with this, and I think a lot of other people do, thinking about Timbersaw being that unkillable, the bully that, you know, goes 16-0-5 in your pubs. He's demolishing the game. In this kind of game, he isn't that 1v5 kind of guy, though. He is the tanky bulwark. He is the damage soak. Try and buy time for your PL.
Yeah, and he's very hard to kill.
So it can feel like Frank's having a bad game here, but it's not really a bad game. It's just he's not in a stomp. Or they see the Nyx, but probably a little bit too late there, Oracle. Gets the sentry down last second. Earthshaker with that shard, going to show off the aftershocks through the
Unknown's going to have to be very careful with what they're doing right now, because PL, Nature's Prophet, split push top is heavy.
So they go with the coil on the Nature's Prophet. Nyx TPing, but silence with the Orchid. Force the BKB from Prophet. He doesn't have TP.
Wait, he doesn't have a TP. Yeah,
Neither of his TPs.
Both
of them are on cooldown. What? Oh, dearie me.
Not Tide.
I'm not sure how that's happened, but mid lane, Tide Hunter, yeah, you're right, he has.
That's a waste.
Trying to get himself up, Blink Dagger maybe? Trying to get out of there, but the Whirling Death clears him up. What a weird sequence of events. Prophet with no TP top and Tide with a Ravage mid.
Yeah, I mean, his team TP top, that was nice. They went on the NP. They had to defend that tower regardless, but I have no idea why Leo started split pushing without his TP anyway. He could have just let the Phantom Lancer do it. And then the Ravage mid, like, your team already left you. How were you expecting to get out? You're just gonna have to die. Sacrifice yourself. At least you hold the Ravage when you're alive.
Maybe he saw like a window to Ravage and blink away, but
yeah, maybe
it was closed very quickly.
But it's not even worth it, I feel like, even if you do Ravage and get away in that situation, because you can't do anything with this Morphling's Aegis anymore. It's gonna run out.
Yeah, exactly. It's gone in about 20 seconds now. Thunder Predator, weather that first storm of the first Roshan. Real PL is in mid lane. Next assassin coming forward.
10 seconds on the Aegis.
They do have a coil. Aegis is timing out, you're right. So Morphling's death here, not a big deal for Unknown. If they can actually keep tabs on the PL, though, that's a different story. They get the puck, down you go, Morphling stunned up. Great impale from the Knicks, but Burner's still down. And if you had Ravage here, you would feel good as Unknown. But you are being shredded by this aftershocking Fissure. The Fissure walking Earthshaker, running towards you, Nick's Assassin. The Phantom Lancer slows him with the Diffusal Blade, and that's it. 4 heroes obliterated, and Unknown walking straight into that trap.
You could say that, you know, if he did have Ravage, like maybe he was still late, but to be honest, it took them longer to kill him because he used the Ravage. So if he died earlier instead of Ravage, I don't think Thunder Predator are making that play onto your Morphling. They made that play because they know you don't have Ravage.
And now the split pushing move from Leo style. It seems like it actually works out in the end. Because the tier 3 was so low, they get it, and a melee barracks top.
They're gonna get mid too, I think. They're not gonna stop here. They have so much tower damage.
And Morphling dead for 25 seconds still. They will have Ravage when the Tide respawns, but mid tier 3, down it goes. Timbersaw frontlining. Gleipnir comes, puck silences, but they've got the Orchid on the puck, and Yadomi didn't stand a chance going that aggressive so deep so early, dead for 45 seconds as your Morphlings respawning. Tide is there now though, the big body in the front of the team fight. Trying to hold Thunder Predator back. But the Phantom Lancer getting caught up in the root. Stun misses, turns and fights the Tide, burning through all of his mana. There's no Soul Ring, so no Ravage now, and Tidehunter in the Chakram, and the Aftershocks from the Fissure forced after the high ground. Thanks to the Nyx Assassin, but the PL gives chase even further. Dead for 70, no buyback, and Viper, sure, you Gleipnir, you stun, you catch up the PL on Timbersaw, but your damage is lacking. Timbersaw, Morphling mode, does Whirling Death Frank down. But the PL, he is going wild in this one. He's out of mana on Phantom Lancer, they do get the False Promise on the moves. Earthshaker blinks away from the Morphling, and maybe can survive. Silence from the Orchid, catching the Nyx in the Sprout, and Yadomi back in with a coil. Morphling is allowed to hit these heroes over and over again, but he doesn't have the killing blow on them. No finishing move, Burner into Timbersaw mode yet again, but stuck in the Sprout and chased down by the PL. Another Orchid, another Silence, another Root, and another Echo. Moves with the game-ending play, surely will put Unknown in the grave. The Sprout onto Robo-Z, take down the Viper, and Thunder Predator here in game 2. Looks like they've balanced the books. Viper gonna go for a last-ditch effort, buyback, hold the line with the puck. You've lost 2 lanes of barracks, though, against a PL and a Nature's Prophet.
Man, what a sequence of events. It all started with that one Tide Ravage, making everything so awkward. Now they lose 2 sides of racks, 7k goalie in favor of Thunder Predator. Roshan can start spawning any second now. We got 1 minute left on that. I think that's everything Thunder Predator is going to wait for. They got the Scotty on the PL, not going for the Abyssal first. I like this much better than the Abyssal. I think Abyssal against Tide and stuff is a little bit awkward. So, go with the Scotty, get the slow for the Morphling, and reduce his healing.
They know
so
the
good.
PL's here alone. The Nyx sees him, the puck's here, the Tide's here, but without your Morphling, without your Viper there, you can't.
Honestly, they don't have damage. They don't have the damage to kill him anymore. They need to find him like way out of position all by himself. Yep.
The Fissure into Blink Enchant, Earthshaker just finding the stuns. And another hero dead with no buyback. In fact, do we have any buybacks here? Prophet and Oracle, the only 2 heroes in the entire game with buybacks right now. So if you get a pick and play on this dire team, as the Radiant, 1 hero kill equals probably game over.
They just want rush though. They want to secure this game. No point to smash your head into the high ground against a Ravage as well.
Yeah, there they go into the pit. Prophet's there. Leo style with Nullifier nearly done. Orchid, AC, BKB, Nullifier. My goodness, that Prophet has recovered tremendously. A real phenomenal story for Leo style to die solo against the Viper, pretty much AFK jungle for the first 5 minutes, but then stay near top of net worth for the rest of the game. Claims the Aegis, the cheese, all the good stuff here now.
It's got nullifier as well. It's for the, I guess, the 4 staffs, which are quite annoying.
And with only one lane to go to,
Is it
they can
4
very
staff?
easily.
Like, what's a plural of 4 staff?
See, technically the plural of staff is staves,
Yeah.
but we all just say 4 staffs anyway because it's
Okay.
easier.
Yeah.
But it's like the same thing with like Aegis. Like Aegis is technically meant to be Aegis in English, but it's like everyone got so comfortable saying Aegis and Aegis that no one really cares anymore. English is
Fair
such
enough.
a fluid language that pronunciations can go wherever the hell you want them to at this point. Up to high ground, MNZ and Frank. I mean, they are unkillable, right? You said it. They don't have damage for the PL. They don't have damage for the PL and the Timbersaw at the same time.
I don't even know how they bring down 1 PO, to be honest. Look at him,
mean,
just
he's
go
going
straight
straight
out
on
to
the
the Viper. Yeah, doesn't care. Go chase him some more.
I've got a heart and Aegis. I'm just going to dive tier 4s. I'm forcing a Viper to TP from tier 4s into base as Widge, he's sniped down. He was hunting in the backlines for the Oracle. False promise, the heals, MJZ. Looks like he's going to be okay. Heals back enough to stay alive in this fight as the Timbersaw goes up to the tier 3, helping out the PL. It's a lot of damage onto Frank. Gonna pop the cheese there as a Blink Ravage. Drakiel, he connects with a couple of the Radiant heroes, but MNZ, he doesn't give a damn about it. Going behind the barracks, behind the tier 3, the Aegis still in play. Heart regen kicking in as well for the PL as this aftershocking Fisher is going to cause problems. There we go, stunning them up little by little as they try and advance forward, but the PL is fine. Perfectly fine.
Just gotta doppel out as soon as you're like at, what, 10% HP? That's all you really need. Then you just go back at it. I would like to
All you
see
need.
some mana burns onto this PL though. He's the one they should be mana burning. He's got a Scotty too. He'll take a lot of damage. There we go. There we go. 500 mana. Now he can't do that anymore.
Hell yeah. Now he's got nothing left. Now he can't. He's got one doppelganger and that's it. High ground defended. PL moving in again. This Fisher with that Aghanim Shard on Earthshaker doing some good work. But there's 5 heroes on the PL and none of them are really threatening a kill on him.
Yeah,
MNZ just going to go in deeper as Leo Starter's going to sprout, but out of time with that Orchid placement.
Which you just gotta mana burn this PL, bro. Alright, anyway, too late now. They're gonna get the megas here.
Too late now, bro. That's another lane of barracks. Simply done. Thunder Predator have to contend with a Morphling running in. A Coil on Oracle and Timbersaw. They are still struggling to stick on a target and bring them down, though. They'll just lose your Domi. Finally, the Oracle falls, but Phantom Lancer, still having that Aegis in hand, is not going to care too much about his first life, and he actually gets the doppelganger off to the left-hand side. There's the Echo from Moose. Beautiful to really seal the deal on this one as MNZ. He's just unstoppable. The PL's got a double kill. You can't touch this man. He's sliding to the left, sliding to the right, doppelganging up to your face, and Burner, Morphling, stunned up, disabled, caught up in the fissures, and now silenced into oblivion. GG is called, and it is tied up 1-1. Coach Theben, you've brought Thunder Predator back into the forefront of this series.
Yes, sir.
You believed in them.
Listen, we don't really need to hear from the winning team, right? You know, you gotta... We gotta hear from the losing coach.
No.
I will tell you though. I will tell you. I think Thunder Predator, you know, they had the better draft going into this game, and we see like the late game. Like if you're even a little bit ahead with Radiant team, like it's so hard.